Hi friends, in this video we will be talking about file security and self-protection. So you may have made a model, or let's say you have made a financial budget model which have so many different calculations which are based on a formula, and when you send it across to the different departments or clients, you would not want that anybody can change the formula, so that answer becomes erroneous. So let me begin talking about file protection, which is unless the user knows the password, he cannot access the file. After a while, I will show you how to protect selected cells such that people can put in inputs where they're supposed to. So let's say feeding in the assumption numbers, 45% sales growth, but they cannot change any of the calculations. So one at a time. To protect the file, putting in overall universal password, let us go to Office button, within which let us access prepare, and within which there lies an option called encrypt document. Now the path is slightly different for 2010 version of Excel. When 2010 users will go to file section, they will have a file section out here. They would have to go to info section. There's an info, just like prepare, there's an info section, and within which they will find about encrypt document in one of the buttons. So let me click on encrypt document. It will say, put in password. So let me put a password saying Excel. Okay. Once again, it asks for the same password to re-enter Excel. Okay. Now let me close this file. Of course, I'll be saving it. And let me reopen this file from the Office button, the same file, security. Once I try to reopen this file, it asks me the password. Unless I give that password, it is not going to allow me to open the file. So let me give EXCEL. Okay. Now it opens up. If you want to delete this password, go back to the same section, Office button, prepare, encrypt document, within which let me simply delete these star marks and press OK. And if I save this file, password gone. Now this was a simple procedure where you put in a password to protect the file, and the same procedure applies for PowerPoint and Word as well. Now the slightly tricky procedure is about selectively targeting certain cells and then protecting them only, not the other assumption based cells. So to illustrate that point, let me go to test sheet. Now let's say any file you open, and if you do a right click and go to format cells, you will find one of the tab which talks about protection. And by default, the first box is always checked on. What does it say? Locked. Now if it is locked, then why am I able to write the numbers out here? There's a reason. It talks about step 1 and step 2 to be fulfilled to protect the cells. If I do a right click and go back to format cells, within the same tab, it gives me a line of information which says locking cells or hiding formulas has no effect until you protect the sheet by going inside review tab, going to changes group, and clicking on the protect sheet button, and this will see. So if I press OK, and if I go to review tab and going to protect sheet, which is there under changes tab. Now if I give a password, simpler password ABC, password to unprotect the sheet, that's the password. But wait, it also talks about the user access privileges. Allow all users of this worksheet to select locked cells and to select unlocked cells. Now, I do not want that the users should be able to select locked cells. They should be able to select only the cells which are unlocked. Of course, if you want to increase the privileges, that is that they should be able to format cells, although not delete or edit those cells, you can check this on. So if I press OK, it will ask for the same password ABC. OK. Now when I'm trying to select any cell, it doesn't let me select any of the cells in the worksheet. Now why is that so? The answer lies in step 1. Let me unprotect sheet ABC. Now this is a common mistake made by users, that is they straight away go to protect sheet. But they fail to notice that the step 1 must be done flawlessly. That is, if I'm going to format cells, by default all the cells are locked already. So if I do not unlock and selectively lock it, all the cells will be password protected. So what do? I choose the entire sheet, right click, go to format cells, then check this item off clearly. Okay. Now all the cells are unlocked, and then let me choose this cell, right click, format cells, and selectively lock it. Okay. So amongst the many cells that are there in this forest area, the worksheet area, yes, and if I consider this to be the tree, only this has been locked properly. And if I now give a password under protect sheet under review tab, let's see what happens. ABC, okay, ABC, okay. Now it doesn't let me select this cell. Even if I try to click on this particular cell, this cell, okay. If I put my cursor on this cell and try to press the down arrow key, it skips this one. Notice, I cannot select this cell individually. If I try to select the entire thing and click on yellow, why is the format changing? Because I had given the specific instruction, access privileges, to format these cells where under review, under protect sheet. But if I want to take away that privilege, let me go back to unprotect sheet, put in the password ABC, again go to protect sheet and say let me take this access privileges off. That is about formatting cell. So ABC once again, okay, once again ABC, okay. Now if I try to select the entire thing and try to make it a color, it doesn't happen because the access privileges isn't provided. So if I go back to review, unprotect sheet, ABC, okay. Now is it ready for usage? Now by the time you practice this using this video, I will have a question waiting for you in the next video.